Prince Andrew asked Ghislaine Maxwell about accuser, documents suggest. Prince Andrew is a gross corrupt pedo who knows his time has come due. Prince Andrew asked Ghislaine Maxwell for information about a woman who had accused him of sexual misconduct while she was underage, court documents appear to show. The deposition, relating to Maxwell's relationship with the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein that she had given during past civil litigation involving the accuser, Virginia Giuffre, was unsealed on Thursday, moments before a court-imposed deadline. It was made in 2016 as Maxwell faced a long list of questions about Epstein and his interactions with young women, including Giuffre. Maxwell issued a public statement denying Giuffre's claims that she helped Epstein abuse her on January 2, 2015. In her deposition, Maxwell confirmed that the following day she sent an email, stating, "Have some info, call me when you have a moment." The recipient's name is redacted but the subject matter, Giuffre, and timing strongly suggest that it went to Prince Andrew. "What did you discuss on that call?" Giuffre's lawyer had asked Maxwell. "I don't have any specific knowledge of that call," Maxwell replied. "Were you discussing with redacted the subject of Virginia Roberts Giuffre during these calls?" Giuffre's attorney pointed to an email in this exchange, noting, "He says let me know when we can talk. Got some specific questions to ask you about Virginia Roberts." Maxwell was unclear when, exactly, a conversation took place, but said they did speak at some point. Asked what they talked about, Maxwell said, "Just what a liar she is." Maxwell also said, "I don't think he told me why she was a liar. The substance of everything that she said was a lie with regard to him." In the civil case where the deposition originated, Giuffre maintained that Maxwell drew her into Epstein's circle as a teenager under the false pretenses of providing work as a masseuse. Giuffre alleged that Maxwell and Epstein pressured her to engage in sex with rich and powerful men, such as Prince Andrew. Giuffre's 2015 civil action said that Maxwell defamed her in claiming she was a liar for alleging the pair participated in sexual impropriety. The prince has adamantly denied Giuffre's claims. In the deposition, Maxwell was also asked if she saw him interacting with a minor in a sexual way. "I've never seen redacted interact in any way of that nature," she said. "Andy, there's a slight problem with the sweating because I have a peculiar medical condition which is that I don't sweat or I didn't sweat at the time and that was it? Yes, I didn't sweat at the time because I had suffered what I would describe as an overdose of adrenaline in the Falklands War when I was shot at and it was almost impossible for me to sweat. And it's only because I have done a number of things in the recent past that I am starting to be able to do that again. So I'm afraid to say that there's a medical condition that says that I didn't do it, so therefore. https://www.bbc.com/news/UK 50449339 https://www.youtube.com/watch v=qtbs8com. Why do people like Maxwell stick to the lie once they're caught? Is she in fear for her life? It's over anyway. Go out with some dignity and rat on everyone. That's the only way to save your name and legacy any kind of respect. Why go to the grave a cowardly turd at this point? She can do the victims some justice, and she can put an asterisk on her name. Ghislaine Maxwell was a piece of shit who enabled child predation ** until the very end where she finally did what was right for once in her worthless life. Dear God, how I wish Epstein was still alive. It's so fantastic to see how he's gone from hedge fund manager Jeffrey Epstein to Jeffrey Epstein, sex offender. For someone who put so much stock in how he was perceived, this would be terrific. Fucker. It's disgusting how the royal family have protected him over the years. In 2011, when controversy was first raised about his links with Epstein and his suitability as trade envoy, the Queen responded by awarding the pervert prince a Knight Grand Cross of the Royal Victorian Order, the highest possible honor for personal service to the monarch. Even the powerful people in the government slapped down an MP who wished to discuss Andrew. He was admonished. The deputy speaker at the time said to the MP in question *, I have already had to remind Mr. Flynn that when he is referring to the royal family, he should do so with dignity, as their status in this country behoves. I hope that he will refrain from disparaging remarks in the future *. It's no wonder he's gotten away with this behavior for so long. And most likely will continue to. I doubt he'll ever face real punishment. What do the British royals, Donald Trump and Bill Clinton have in common? Trivial Pursuit 2030 edition. Prince child molester. This is the best TLDR I could make, original, https://www. theguardian.com/uknews/2020/ox/23/ Prince Andrew asked Ghislaine Maxwell about accuser documents suggest, reduced by 78%, I'm a bot. Prince Andrew asked Ghislaine Maxwell for information about a woman who had accused him of sexual misconduct while she was underage, court documents appear to show. In her deposition, Maxwell confirmed that the following day she sent an email, stating, "Have some info, call me when you have a moment." The recipient's name is redacted but the subject matter, Jufrey, and timing strongly suggest that it went to Prince Andrew. What did you discuss on that call? Jufrey's lawyer had asked Maxwell. Extended summary, http://np. Reddit. com/r/auditaldr/comments/jgpx2v/prince_andrew_Ghislaine_Maxwell_about/FAQ, http://np. Reddit. com/r/auditaldr/comments/31b9fm/FAQ_auditaldr_bot/version 2. 02-533965 DRS so far. Feedback, http://np. Reddit. com/message/compose, 2=%23 auditaldr PMs and comments are monitored, constructive feedback is welcome. Top keywords, Maxwell #1 Jufrey #2 Epstein #3 Ask #4 Call #5. Fair point, but this stuff get covered up all the time. US President legit has shush money documents for rape allegation against actual children. Those documents are public record. Yet somehow he's still the president. Has known connections with Epstein and still it gets covered up. No national news covers it, which is even scarier because if we are lied to about one person's deeds, what's going on behind closed doors that we don't know about and it gets covered up? Every country suffers from this misinformation, all counties have propaganda and it's fucking insane. When we were kids we didn't think our counties were this way, what an epiphany that was. I know this probably will never happen. But I dream of a world where the citizens of every country realize that we are truly the ones in control. I hope one day every nation's military will realize that mobilizing against their own people is treason. And if the government ever asks their military to fight its own people, then they are asking them to commit treason. An order that must always be disobeyed. This is why America fought so hard for we the people, because in our hands we can have a just and thriving society. But when we relinquish our ability to have democracy in exchange for people's greed, the oppression begins. Every single history book is filled with the consequences or letting government have too much power over the people. It always ends horribly. Power corrupts. If not properly regulated, power always corrupts. Transparency is key. If there is full transparency, then we literally will never have problems, we will know the facts and can make informed decisions. But that's another way they get us. They underfund our schools, creating generation after generation of ignorant people, who literally don't know any better, and without realizing, they vote against their best interests, convinced the whole time they are right. Yet they are voting for the very chains that oppress them. They same chains that keep everyone from having full health insurance, better infrastructure, better education, enough money in the economy for everyone to work an honest job and make an honest wage. Instead we opt to work our 40+ hours a week living paycheck to paycheck, Working several jobs. No one should be able to work 3 jobs and not be able to support themselves. Anyone who works an honest 40 hours a week deserves more than enough to survive. It may not buy them a castle, but at least they won't struggle to pay bills anymore. There is more than enough resources for everyone in the world to have enough and then some. There is enough for everyone's needs but not everyone's greed. In a society where money is distributed fairly, if you work harder you make more money. But in most people's societies, the rich have 90% of them money and the rest of the whole society fights over the 10% that's left over. They tell us to blame immigrants, drugs, other counties, the right, the left, welfare, but the truth is there has always been enough for everyone to thrive. They just don't want us to pay attention to where the other 90% of the money is going, and if we followed the money we would all find out how bad they've been screwing us. They've always lied to us, and if you are a history fan you know it's true. History is basically a long list of stories of societies collapsing because the rich took so much that the society couldn't stand together anymore. They were so fractured by how divided everyone was. Just like modern times, the rich convinced the poor that the problems were caused by their neighbors and not in fact the rich themselves. Happens over and over and over again in the history of civilization, yet, we never learn. Perhaps it rolls right on back to how bad education and propaganda is. If you're not educated about history, you won't see the obvious repeat of episode literally every other society in the history of naked primates trying to do civilization. Same story, same painting, just different names. Thanks for coming to my Reddit talk. Sincerely yours. Frustrated history fan.